Just because he's a big dude and he goes to your gym doesn't mean he's an asshole. Okay? I can't begin to tell you how often people will approach me in the gym for advice, looking for guidance, just whatever. Or they even just want to come up and say hi and pay me a compliment. Say, hey man, you're looking great. Keep up the good work. And I noticed, for example, yesterday a young guy approached me. His mom was standing off to the side, and he came up and he asked me what kind of diet I was on and whatnot. And I gave him a quick little rundown, and I introduced myself to him after. And I told him as he was walking away, I said, hey man, if you ever need anything, need any advice, any help, whatever it is, let me know. Great to meet you. Shook his hand. He walked away. And you know, he I could just tell he was uncomfortable coming up to me, and I get it too. Being a young man, you come up to a grown man who's a certain level of fitness, and it's intimidating. It can be intimidating, and I get that. So, when I see the young guys, especially, I take a really, I take a, it's a certain, it hits me here because I was that kid once, and I would never want to make a kid feel stupid. I would never want to make him feel bad for coming up to me and asking me questions or even just wanting to say hello and paying me a compliment. So, anyway, there's a big common misnomer in the fitness world with normies. They think that just because the guy's jacked or he's big or whatever the case is, that he's going to be an asshole, or that he's automatically an asshole, or he's cocky, or he's conceited and so full of himself that you could never talk to him or have a conversation with him. Completely false. Okay, I'm one of the nicest guys there is. Now, I may have my hat down on my face and my headphones in because I'm in the zone when I'm in the gym. I'm not there to talk. I'm there to work. I'm there to get work done. But that does not mean that I'm not cordial. That does not mean that I'm not polite. Does not mean that I don't talk to people and engage in a conversation here and there. My experience is quite the opposite. I notice that it's usually the small guys that have attitudes. I notice it's usually the guys who their body looks like nothing that have the attitudes. That's in my experience. I notice that it's usually guys that some sort of inferiority complex or they feel some type of way about themselves. So when they see somebody else who comes around who's in better shape or a really good shape or just as good a shape as them, then it's time to puff up. Then it's time to act out. That's my experience. The big guys, not so much. Big guys are usually the nicest guys I've ever met in the gym. So I think it's time to clear this shit up. And in other news, looks like a mustache. My mustache game is getting strong. I came to that conclusion too. If you don't have a mustache, you're not a real man. I think that's the new thing. Men, grow a fucking mustache. You need one. If you can't grow a mustache yet, shave it more. It'll grow more. I see these guys in their 20s walking around with these fucking peach fuzz mustaches. Bro, get rid of that shit. Shave it. Mustaches, muscles, money. I mean, does a man really need anything else? That's a W. That's a W. Mustaches, muscles, money.